Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Um, I figured we could just take a moment to just talk because I'm feeling so confuddled. Um, just like a shit ton of frustration for some unknown reason. Um, Confusion. Um, you guys, it's very rare. It's very rare for me to be at a loss for words. Okay. I'm beyond lost for words. I just I needed to hear that. I just needed to hear that for a second. I'm at a loss for words because I took a moment. First off, I'm annoyed. um, I'm I'm annoyed and frustrated because I didn't get the opportunity to have my session like I was supposed to have. Um, and it always irks me when I feel like I've let someone down. And I know it's just technical difficulties, whatever, but that irked me already. So, ah,
Careful, careful, careful. It's full.
you guys, I have an addiction. Huh, I don't know what the fuck it is. You need to like give me a big ass thing of soda. I don't even care what's in it. It has to have slushy ice. But anyways, so that flustered me. Again, because I can't really control technical stuff. I can't control that. So obviously that's something I have to learn and work with. I have to kind of dig a little bit deeper with my struggles with releasing control. So that's one thing. And then another thing, like I fucking made the mistake. I made the mistake of looking on Facebook again. And it was article after article posted by so many different people arguing in the comments. I'm confuddled. I don't know what to do or how to process humanity at this point. Ugh. I don't even know if this soda will help. You guys, what's going on with the world? Can you guys help me understand that? Like, serious question. Um, I know I did, Leanne. I did. I logged off of social media for a little bit, a short bit, and then obviously a lot of my work gets filtered through social media, and I it's the easiest way for me to keep in contact with my team as well as my friends. So I kind of feel like if I say it, it might bring it to fruition. But I kind of feel like I need to be honest with myself with the way I'm seeing the world right now. Because right now, there's a part of me, like 99.9% of me, that's feeling like this world is entering the realm of fucked. It is a very weird timeline. Oh wow. What did Lisa Simpson say about the role the police should be playing? I haven't watched TV and yeah. I mean, we try and do family night movies practically every night. But I don't even really pay attention to the movies. um, and there's been such a huge preoccupation with like movie genres that have to do with a lot of gunfire, gun violence. I'm like, what's going on? These are the only movies that I'm really able to pay attention to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm really embracing um learning how to handle firearms in a much more elevated way. A much more I don't know. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying that. Probably because that type of activity really helps with my need to control. Because I mean, you can't just be like willy nilly pulling triggers. You have to be very controlled and be very focused. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going on with the world, and I find myself really almost like looking for ways to escape dealing with the reality of where humanity is headed. Where do you guys think we're headed right now? Where do you think humanity is headed? Like all of this external show of I don't even know what the hell we were showing, but it began as something very promising, very, very promising. And I personally felt like, fuck yes, we're finally going to support a community that has been so heavily picked on so publicly. And yeah, it seems like that kind of went to shit. It's I don't know. I don't know. I just have not been paying attention to wherever that went. Um, I don't yeah, people no longer want to live on automatic pilot. I know I don't. Um, I feel like I feel like we've been failed again. I feel like we've failed ourselves again. Um, I feel like something that had such potentiality 2 times already just in a few months. First was the whole COVID bullshit. That held such tremendous potentiality because for the first time, probably in forever, um, the world had the opportunity to come together because it was no longer something that was just happening in a region, in a different country, to different people. This became something where we're all experiencing this. We're all afraid. We all need to come together, bond, and reunify. And that didn't happen. And then comes the George Floyd ugly. And that could have totally been something where, at least as a nation, we could have really come together um, and created change, real, true change that would create true equality, like true equality. Uh, yeah. Now we're focused on fucking syrup, Cracker Jacks. Um, oh, yeah, it makes me not want to be present for any of this. It makes me really, as someone who I have so much patience for people in their struggle. I do. I have a lot of patience for people as they're struggling through their personal journey, as they're processing their life. I don't like to hold people's um, I really don't like to hold people's traumas and lack of healthy coping mechanisms against them. I don't like to hold your weaknesses and struggles against you. Um, but when it comes to this, the way the world is right now, I mean, I can't be anything but honest. I'm kind of just like, fuck it. Fuck it. Just fuck it. I'm just gonna, yeah, no, I can't be present for this. It's really, really affecting my psychological health. Wow, you bought a bunch of ground beef and now it's on recall. The fuck? discovering your life. I honestly, I don't think I'm the only one feeling that way. I think, and this is kind of presumptuous, I don't think I'm the only one feeling that way, but I think I'm one of the very few who have the courage to actually say it. And you guys, if you're feeling this way, it doesn't make you someone who doesn't care. It doesn't make you someone who's racist. It doesn't make you someone who's selfish. It just makes you a real person, one that has the ability to feel so deeply. So deeply. You cannot martyr yourself in this time. You can't be like, well, I need to keep talking about the things that make me feel like vomiting, the things that hurt me so deeply that I can't sleep at night. I need to keep talking about that because if I don't keep wrapping my mind around something that is so, it's like I don't even know what the fuck it is. I don't. It's not bad for you to have personal needs and to kind of just distance yourself from the conversations that hurt your heart. Um, there's this thing that I keep trying to apply to my life where it's like, um, if I can't do anything about it, if I have no possible solutions to offer, if there's nothing that I can personally do, then I'm just gonna have to leave it alone until there is something that I can do. And I feel like I've reached that point where I need to apply that to this. Pisces do feel everything. Pisces feel everything so deeply, so deeply, so deeply. Um, I don't know what the solution is. I don't. I can't even pretend like, you guys, this is what we have to do. I'm just kind of at a point where it's like, guys, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, I don't mind arguing, confrontation, aggression, if it's gonna lead to something. Um, I don't mind it, because sometimes the path that we take to get to a higher elevation, um, is a difficult one. Sometimes we have to see ourselves as arrows that are being pulled back, not because we're failing, but that backwards movement is the very resistance. It's the very, energy that release the need to control, release the need to cling on to old things. You get launched forward just like an arrow. The further back you're pulled, the farther forward you move, the farther forward you fly. And so I guess that's kind of where we have to be at this point. Um, I don't know, is that maybe like the mentality that we have to take? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I hate thinking and feeling like, um, me taking a moment to really assess where my thoughts are, where my mind is, what my heart is doing, is somehow, going to be received as a form of complicity. Like, oh God. Ah, I just can't any further. I can't. Um, I can't. I just, and I find myself trying to tell myself, "Stop saying you can't. Stop saying you can't," but I really can't. I really, truly can't. Um, I can't even process any further. Yeah, just keep swimming, Dory. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. You guys wanna hear something funny? I don't know. I this is on because my oldest is ridiculously intelligent, like ridiculously intelligent, and he has my sense of humor. He has my sarcasm. And so I don't know if he was arguing with someone online, like someone was trying to pick on him or something. Or maybe it was just a friend. I don't remember. For whatever reason, somebody online asked him for his address. And I'm very particular about who knows where we live. Like, I don't want random people showing up. I don't think so. I like a nice safe, controlled environment. And he knows this. He knows this. And so when someone asked him for his address, he was like, what was it? Wallaby Way. Hold on. Um, P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. He told them 42 Wallaby Way. They didn't get it. I was just like, P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia. I find myself fighting to show people the other side of life, the truth of life. That is disempowering. I'm realizing that no more fight, just live my life and it will bloom. Yes. Spiritual life, it's not our job to fight people who are not willing or able to see. You know what I mean? You could just share, and you have to leave it up to them to choose what they're going to do with that information. Are they going to integrate that information and allow it to further blossom their understanding of themselves? Or are they going to shut it out? Excuse me. Queen of Hearts. Yes. It's been hard to process my emotions and my own growth along with all the BS surfacing. It's extremely traumatic. It is. And like, so I had this workshop recently. I was supposed to make daggers for certain packages. Certain like ticket options included custom made daggers. Well, the thing is, I have to charge the daggers with energy. And it's like, the daggers are finished, but I can't send them out without charging them. And I can't charge them when I got caca ass energy. The last thing people need is to have physical, tangible goods that have my caca ass energy. And it's just, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because it's like, ugh, I can't even function at this point. I don't know about you guys, but ugh. Like I can't. I can't. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia. I just, um, and honestly, it's almost like this feeling of in the month of June, I haven't even really worked. Like I have all my sessions that have been waiting for about 2, 3 months for their appointment time. But aside from that, like all the things that I normally would be doing, I can't. I can't because I can't even regulate myself. Um, I mean, are you guys experiencing that as well? Well, where it's so difficult for you to find your center again? It's so difficult for you to really figure out how you're going to be navigating through this period in our development? Oh, I agree, Maria. I agree. It's not for us to give away. Whatever it is, it's not for us to give away. It's something that we are holding for generations, future generations. It's just we're holding things for future generations. Um, the fight really isn't about us. It's not for us. It's about and for everyone that comes after us. And that's what's really affecting me so deeply. Uh, that's really what's affecting me so deeply because I'm not going to be alive forever. I'm not. But what type of world am I what type of world am I leaving for my children and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren? It's just yeah. Yeah. I'm not okay with what's going on with the world. I'm not in any way, shape, or form. I'm not okay with it at all. And honestly, my personal stance, if there was some sort of like unified, very specific goal that we were trying to achieve, I'd be in the fucking streets too. I would. I'd be willing to. I'd absolutely be willing to fight for that. But I'm not just going to be in the street just to fucking let the world know I'm pissed. No, I'm not wasting my energy in that way. I'm not. Unless there's something specific that's in alignment with what I believe is appropriate for humanity, what I believe is what my children and my grandchildren need for their future existence, I'm not joining that bullshit. And I'm not saying that the people who are peacefully protesting regarding the injustice and violation of human rights are full of bullshit. I'm talking about the riots. Um, I think at this point, I mean, I mean, if you don't know, now you know. Most of those people are being bussed in. Most of those people aren't there to prove that they're dissatisfied with the state of affairs. They're there for their own selfish reasons. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not in support of that at all. At all. Um, no. Um, KD, I don't think it's gonna need to be fixed by them. I think this is all gonna be done within our lifetime. I think that's what we promised to do. And this is going to sound real fucked up, but it's the truth. If the world needs to burn, then it's going to. Not by my hand, but by ours. If it's going to need to burn in order for our children to have the proper life that they deserve, then that's what's going to have to happen. I'm not trying to cling to a system that was never intended to support us as a people. I'm not trying to save that at all. Yeah, I think so, Louise. We need to be able to hold space for each other, listen and understand, like truly listen, not just hear things in order to properly launch your next attack. Like why do you need to prove that your stance is more appropriate, more accurate, more right? I don't know. Ooh, the roof is on fire. Um, it is a worldwide problem. It is a worldwide problem, regarding the very covert. Oh, I can't even talk about that. Mm, I can't even talk about that problem. It's a very real problem. It is. Um, Leanne, I agree. Most of us here are here to tear down karmic cycles. I truly feel that. I feel that many of us, if not all of us, um, are being gifted with the opportunity to end ancestral and karmic cycles, to level all that out from this life and all previous lives. And, you know, are people going to actually do that? I don't know. I don't know. I plan to do that for me. Hell yeah. I definitely plan to do that for me. And if, you know, other people don't want to, you have a right to not to. That's your choice. That's your choice. Um, um, I mean, honestly, I don't even want to use those words like covert narcissist. And and if we're going to be honest, I'm just really sick of spirituality too, because the explaining away and justification of the atrocities, I can't stomach it anymore. I can't. I can't. I can't stomach that. I can't stomach quite a bit in this world. I agree, Leanne. I'm willing to go to jail for my children. I'm willing to be executed for my children. Fuck yeah. Absolutely. No hesitation. Um, yeah. I'm not even joking. I'm willing to. I've never been to jail. I've never been arrested. I don't have a record of anything. I've never even kept fucking library books. I returned library books. Sometimes it takes me a little while, but I return them all. um, yeah, and I'm kind of just at a point where it's like, if you can't hear me when I whisper, if you can't see in my silence, then let me do something you can see. Let me do something you can hear. Let me do something you can ignore. And and that's not really just to prove a point. Um, it's not that I'm gonna do anything right now, it's that I'm willing to. At this point, I'm willing to. I'm absolutely willing to. Do what? I don't know. I don't know, but if soul tells me this is what I need to do for my children, for other children, then fuck yeah, I'll do it. Whatever. I don't care. I'm willing to go to jail. I'm willing to be executed. This life is not really for me. This is how I see it. I'm in this life for other people. Yes, as a part of a gift of me agreeing to be in this life, I get to experience things. But my existence is so far beyond me, beyond me. And maybe part of the reason why I am to go live and just share my thoughts is to encourage other people who don't have the courage to say these things and share how they're feeling, and they're feeling just like me. But if you say these things, then oh shit, you're racist. Oh shit, you don't care about anyone. No, I'm not racist, and I care so deeply. And that's why I need to just speak my truth. That's why I need to have no shame in saying I'm just sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of people trying to guilt other people to wear a mask. If you're immune compromised, sit your fucking ass at home. I'm immune compromised. I know what I'm risking when I go out and run errands. Stop guilting everyone else. No one lives forever. And I've decided, you know what? If I'm going to die off the Rona, I'm going to die breathing free air. Perfectly fine with me. I fully trust I'm here to experience everything in this life, and I will not experience it through fear. I won't. Do I want other people to be sick? No. That's why I say sit your ass at home. If you are at risk and you are afraid, sit your ass at home or you can control your environment. Not because you're getting in my way, but because if you truly believe that there is a risk, sit at home where you can control your environment, where you have 100% of a say of what goes on in your house. But don't try and guilt everyone else as though you're the reason. They're the reason you're sick. That's not fair. It's not right. And I'm not dealing with none of that shit. I'm sorry. I'm not down for that. I'm not down for people trying to tell me that I speak too much or speak too little about specific things. I'll speak about whatever the fuck I want to speak about. Whatever my heart calls me to speak about, that's what I'm going to speak about. And it's time for people to just stop being so apologetic about being different. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. That's part of the reason why there's so much rage, uncontrolled, unfocused rage at this point. If we were able to control and focus that rage, whoo, do you realize the kind of change we could create? That's crazy. The kind of change that we could create for children. That's crazy. Hey girl, hey. um Can we talk about something that's nice? Um Don't talk about Michael. No, no talking about Michael. I don't know, I feel like there's something to being able to see and express and share your feelings, your justified anger and frustration, and then commingling that with positivity. We don't wanna just stay in a negative mindset? Like, how do you move forward from it? How do we move forward from it? Have you been feeling it too, Danielle? I know, I think quite a few of us are having the same thoughts. But again, um, it's a very scary prospect to share your thoughts and know you will probably be targeted. You probably will get your ass cussed out, labeled all sorts of ugly things, and have a shit ton of people just come at you. And maybe all the things in my life that have happened before this point have been my conditioning, my training, because I mean, whatever. You don't like that I'm speaking my truth. I'm not bashing anyone. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just sharing the fact that I'm so fucking tired of the useless, senseless arguing. It doesn't get anywhere. Um, if you wanna attack me, by all means, I don't care. I don't. I've been singled out so many fucking times. I've lost the desire to care about that. Yeah, if that's gonna be the consequence of me speaking up, well, then that's a consequence of me speaking up. I'm sure there's plenty of people who don't like the fact that I say things, the way I say things, the topics I talk about. I'm pretty sure. And that's okay with me. I'm not here to be liked. I think that's probably one of the things that sets me apart from other people. Let me just put this in. Sets me apart from other people who go live. Um, I'm not interested in, trying to build some sort of following and, no, I'm just here to kind of share my thoughts with you guys. I don't even consider you guys followers, or that shit's weird to me. Can I just have a moment right now? That's really weird to me. If like yesterday, there's someone on Facebook who posts things that I oftentimes, if I see her posts, I enjoy it. Sometimes it causes me to pause and think. Sometimes it just kind of makes me smile to myself. And for the first time, I commented on one of her posts. I didn't think it was a big deal. And then it really weirded me out because then she was like, "Oh my god, I'm having a fangirl moment." What the fuck does that even mean? Now I'm all weirded out. And then I tried to respond back with like, "No, I've been seeing your posts for some time now and I really enjoy your post." And then her response, I was like, "Now I'm really seriously weirded out. I don't know if I'm ever going to comment on people's stuff anymore." That just weirds me out. That's weird to me. Um um I do see quite a bit of people who have a spiritual platform. That's okay if you fanboy me. I like that. I don't know. You guys don't be weird. Don't make it weird with me. Don't make it weird with me. That weirds me out for real. Like, it's like, what? And I had to ask Freya. I was like, what is she even talking? Is that like, is she joking? Is that like a, is she being sarcastic? Every time I have to ask him because I am horrible at reading social cues. I am. I think actually I'm pretty sure I have high functioning Asperger's. I don't like to look people in the eyes. I don't like to, I'm not joking. I don't really like to talk to people in person. And then people are like, "Well then that doesn't make sense. How do you go live? If you're so introverted and socially awkward, how do you go live?" Well, I'm fucking talking to myself. Even with that, people are like, "But you look," it's like, I feel like you're looking at me in my eyes when you go live. I'm looking at a pinhole camera. I'm looking at a little hole, a little tiny lens on the top of my laptop because when I look there, I don't have to feel weird about talking to myself. But what about the people? Yo, I hate to diminish you in some way, but y'all are just a bunch of typed words, sometimes little stickers. Is not the same as talking to someone in person. It's just not. The secret's out. I was like, "Oh my god, I wish like we could totally be in." You wouldn't see me outside. What's wrong with you? The only reason I'm outside now is because all the people in this farm area, they all have acres. So we don't see anybody. That's the only reason. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's a lot of things going on in this world, and I'm sure I'm not the only one having this like existential crisis. I'm sure I'm not that unique and special that I'm the only one having this weird ass moment. So, we can be weird together. We can be weird together. Oh my gosh. Are we droids? I think the body is a biological machine. I do. But the consciousness, when it's set free from its internal cage within the human brain, when it's allowed to flow through the spaces between the cells, um, that consciousness transcends a droid type existence. I do feel that. I it is. I don't know if I'm having a breakdown or if I'm just gonna have my period. So serious. It's a type of intense emotion that is just like I mean, it's the emotion is just so overwhelming that, um, I got super duper annoyed with my littlest. I was, like, so annoyed. And then I told my husband, like, "What's wrong with your kid?" Like, I went upstairs, "What's wrong with your kid? He's really upsetting me." And my husband's just like, that's him. There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just super sensitive for some unknown reason. I don't even know what it is. He didn't even do anything. I was just like, "You hurt my feelings. You need a hug." And he said, "No." And I was like, "I'm going upstairs then." I went upstairs. I don't know what the hell that was about. He almost never refuses to hug me. And I was just like, "You don't love me then." I didn't say that to him. I was thinking that to myself. He doesn't love you, girl. He don't love you. Yes, he does. He's always all up in my butt, always hugged up on me, like, okay. But I think the energy is definitely doing something. Um, I want to even speculate that maybe the energy is causing a lot of our really deeply, deeply, deeply hidden insecurities and fears. It's causing it to rise. Yeah, it's probably causing it to rise. Because I think as a mother, that's probably one of my worst insecurities that at some point my kids are just not gonna love me. Uh, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen because both me and my husband have a very close relationship with all of our kids. Very, very close relationship. Um, I don't know what I said. What are you talking about, Frey? What are you talking about? Yeah. Oh my god, you're doing cleanser? Oh, I did a mask earlier. I was like, "I need to put a mask on too." Yeah, I think I did that earlier. I'm pretty sure I did. You can't tell. I did because this was like this wouldn't I had to hell of wet it to get it to This is my antenna. That's my cowlick. It's hold on. Just maybe it'll want to curl itself, 'cause this is actually like a corkscrew type of curl. That's what that does. It does like a corkscrew right there. It's just or maybe we can just slick it back. And then That's all it does. Just like that. Does nothing. This one is useless. Has no this has no character, no nothing. This is the vanilla side. I just gotta spray myself. Anyways, um, let's see. You told me that if I doubt being a great mom, then I always will be because I care enough to think. Yes, yes, Leanne. Yes. Oh, an advice alert. You know, if I'm going to be really honest, I'm very good at seeing things for other people, and I never remember the advice that I that I give. And some weird shit. But it's true. I truly believe that. It's the parents that constantly question and wonder and are worried to some degree about being a good parent. They're the ones that tend to be a really good parent because they put so much energy and focus into like, putting putting emphasis on the level of love and guidance they give their children. Um, yeah, that's why I say, like, I think it's some really deeply rooted stuff rising up. Um, yeah, I remember a period of maybe like a year or 2. I wanna say about a year or so, I don't remember. But, I look back and like, oh my god, I was a harsh parent. I was very unrealistic in my demands. And, that always weighs so heavily on me still. Still, it weighs so heavily on me because it's like, my expectation of myself is to be, the best parent possible, like, the best parent not competing with other parents, but to elevate my ability to understand and know the needs of my children to the highest degree so that, there never comes a point where they hate me. I'm just saying, like, I don't ever want my kids to hate me. Um, I know that even if they were mad at me, because there's times they get mad at me, they don't agree with, I tell them no to things or whatever. Um, and it's like, I tell them straight up, you can be mad at me, but I have to be responsible. I have to be a responsible parent and I have to guide you. So you can be mad at me all you want. But I mean, just don't hate me too long. Don't hate me for real. Um, Oh, you had twins. See, my kids were born like a year and a half apart for the last several children. Heaven forbid. Yeah, and then like with the first one, he was the only child for like 6.5 years. I thought we were only gonna have him, to be honest. And then after that, I guess we broke the seal and we were having kids like every year and a half, 2 years. So when the 2-year mark when the 1.5-year mark arrived, I was like, "Please, God, please, God." And then we didn't have another child, and I was like, "We broke the curse." It's not a curse, I'm fucking around. But yeah, I was just like, "What is this? Perpetual whelping cycle?" Yeah, craziness, craziness. My kids told me I was the best mom ever. Aww. I love it when my kids tell me that kind of stuff, and they'll randomly tell me that kind of stuff. You're the most amazing mom. One time, thank you, honey. One time, I think it was my youngest. I think it was my youngest. He was talking to me, and he just randomly, I feel really badly for the kids who don't have parents like you. I was like, "What?" Just such a good mom. I feel bad for kids who don't have a mom like you. I was like, "Aw." My kids are super sweet. They're super sweet. Um, oh, um, oh, I'm so sorry, Lisa. I'm so sorry. I think the mark of a good parent. So my oldest is technically an adult at this point, and we had a conversation I think a few months back, and he was saying, "I have no plans to leave my family anytime soon. I actually enjoy my family." I was like, "Fuck yes! Fuck yes!" Yeah, and um, it's amazing. It's amazing to have that kind of relationship with your kids where they're not in a rush to leave, where they can tell you things. Like I get kind of jealous because my husband is best friends with our oldest. They're like literally best friends, and I think that's bullshit. We were best friends first, and then Frey had to be best friends with him. I guess, whatever. No, I'm just messing around, kind of, not really. No, I love the fact that they are best friends. I love the fact that they're really, really close. Like, my son has no problem telling his dad, like, he went on because my son runs his own company at this point. I'm so proud of him. He runs his own company. He's a CEO, and he had to go all the way across the freaking nation for a business meeting. We were in California, and he had to go fly to, I think it was Florida, for his business meeting. And at the time, I want to say he was 17. And I was just like, I wanted to keep like texting him and calling. And I was like, don't be that kind of mom. Don't be that kind of mom. That's embarrassing for him. So I didn't call, I didn't text, I gave him his space. Come to find out, he was texting his dad every day, giving him the deets on what was going on, who was there, what they were doing. I was like, some fucked up shit. You traveled down my birth canal, not his. I was so buttered, but I was like, "Don't be like that. Don't be." I was telling myself, "Don't be like that." And you best believe I was checking my phone every day. Like, did I miss a call from him? Did I miss a text? Nothing. Nathan. Nathan. And then probably like 30 minutes. No, no, it wasn't even 30 minutes. On his way to the airport, that's when he texted me. Okay. That's when he texted me, and I was like, "That's fucked up. That's so fucked up." But I get it. I get it. I'm only good when it's arts and crafts time, homeschooling time. The cool parent is their dad. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Um, wow. You have 2 Pisces daughters. How's that work out for you? Me and my mom were both Pisces, and it was interesting. It was interesting. Very interesting. Um, very interesting. That's all I can say about that. Hold on, guys. All right. So, now that I've spilled my feelings, the feeling tea on being booted out of the best friends club, they got their own personal jokes, you guys. They got their own little inside jokes that I'm not a part of. My mom is Pisces, I'm a Pisces, and my youngest son is also Pisces. Ooh, that's a lot of Pisces. How's that work out for you? Oh, oh, really? So you're a Pisces and your mom's partner is a Pisces and you guys don't get along. Have you identified why? Is it just some like fundamental character incompatibility? Queen of Hearts. My brother and I are both Scorpios. It was something for sure. I wonder, is that a thing where if you grow up with someone who has the same sign as you, that's kind of like a struggle? Is that a thing? I'm not big on I wish I could bring someone live. I would totally message oh, let me see. Hold on. Bum, bum, ba bum. Um, ahem. Okay, no, this is the wrong freaking account. Hold on. Let me see. Wrong account. Wrong account. Logging into the right account. Give me 1 second, guys. Um, ooh. Turns out my buddy just commented. Oh no, that wasn't just it was a couple days ago. Erps. Um, let me see first if he's busy. Busy. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he is busy. Maybe. Okay. So oh, that that Aquarius energy. Um, if he's an unbalanced Pisces, I think that Aquarius energy is just not gonna be okay with it. I mean, this might be like kind of messed up to say, but my mom had some of that unbalanced Piscean energy, and I'm like cusp, Aquarius cusp, and I do embody quite a bit of that Aquarius tendency. And yeah, I was just like, "You fucking crazy. Are you crazy?" Of course, in my head, because you can't say that shit to your parents. Yeah, no, not in my culture. You can't say that shit to your parents. So in my head, "Are you crazy? You crazy. I think you crazy." My hair is crazy, you guys. Yeah. Um, oh wow. Thank you, Derek. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Yeah. Um, one of my closest friends is Aquarius. I don't know if she's watching. And I kind of go to her as a barometer for my level of cray. Because if I'm like too I can feel a shift. I can feel a shift in her. I mean, she's not mean to me or anything, but I can feel that shift and I'm like, "Okay, girl, got it." Just kind of release some of the cray. Release some of the cray. It's a little too much. But yeah, no, she's never been mean to me and she's never been not a friend, but I can tell with Aquarius and my son too. He's Aquarius. He's Aquarius. He won't say mean things, but I can tell from like the way he feels around me if I'm out of hand. I can tell. And it's not really something where I have to ask someone. Like I can feel when someone's energy towards me shifts, and it doesn't have to be a negative shift, but I can tell that I've kind of gone a little too far with whatever I'm fixated on, and I need to reel it back in. So it might be that, Bo. It definitely might be that. Um, Alexandra, how does that work out with you and your mom as Pisces and your dad's Aquarius? Is it always like the two of you feel like he just doesn't get it? Oh, Lisa, you believe your mom was an empath, but was afraid of it, denied it. My mom, so with my mother's bloodline, they're, I don't think they realize this because this is all they know. But I believe they come from an ancestral witch or shamanic line. They have really elevated abilities. And I think what happens I hope my relatives don't watch this. Hey, boo, I just gotta be honest. What I think happens, with this particular bloodline is that it kind of gets concentrated in one individual, and then that person passes it down to their family. So, my great grandfather was extremely gifted, like extremely gifted. He had geolocation abilities. So, like, they lived in a small village. If you lose your water buffalo, you don't know where your water buffalo went, you go to him, you ask him. He'll tell you where it went. He'll tell you where it went. He knows. He knows where it is, and he'll tell you, and then you'll find it, that it's where it is. That's where it is. And then my grandma, so my great grandfather had a daughter, which is my grandma. She was very gifted as well. I remember my cousin, who's close in age with me. Um, we went to the same school, and so the school had a field trip to the skating rink, and we went, and I don't know, she tripped and fell while on skates. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh my god, that's so fucked up. So she fell, she hit her arm, she landed on her arm real hard, and, it was hurting, and her parents thought that she just sprained it, and they took her to my grandma, and they all live near the same town. They took her to my grandma, and they asked her to massage it to kind of get the pain to go away, and my grandma took one look at it, and she goes, "That's a hairline fracture. You need to take her to the doctor." And they took her, and it was literally a hairline fracture. And if you don't know about broken bones, hairline fracture oftentimes can be mistaken as just a bruise or a sprain. um, so with my grandma, she gave birth to all her kids, and it basically got concentrated in my mom. And ooh, 144. It was concentrated in my mom. It gets passed down through your mitochondria. Um, that's where mother to child, that's where it comes from, through the mitochondria. And so my mom had all of me and my siblings, and it all concentrated in me. But all my siblings are very gifted as well, gifted in their own ways. One's very gifted in business and finance. One is gifted medically. Another one is gifted um, medically and physiologically. He basically is a top level sports medicine guy. Um, and all of his clients are like the big names in MMA. I don't wanna say his name. All his clients are the big names in MMA. Oftentimes, when you have, those pay-per-view fights, he's over there. You see him there, and he's doing cut man stuff, taping their hands, helping with injuries. He does prep and recovery with them. So, basically, what I do with energy and intuition, he has that same elevated level with physical body manipulation. So it's pretty impressive, to be honest. It's pretty impressive. And he wasn't taught that. He's self-taught. He's definitely self-taught. And the reason I'm talking about him is because we're so similar. I think a portion of the gifts and coding were left active in him, and a larger portion was left active in me because I'm better. I said it. I'm the cutest one in the family. I'm the smartest. I'm joking. I like to mess with them because yeah. They all act like, oh, she thinks she's smarter. No, I really am smarter than you. It's a sibling thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So he excels with fights like that. And another forte of his is training you for high level competition, like not just not just professional athletes for MMA, but people who compete with bodybuilding, um, figure transformation, all of that. It's actually very impressive. Very, very. He was the one who gave me a few tips. I don't know if you guys remember before they fucking closed the gyms like assholes. Excuse my French. He gave me a few tips, and I was able to transform the way my body carries muscle fast, very fast. The booty just popped. I was like, that's a little too much booty. That's a little too much. I don't fit my pants. I fit the ankles. My ankles never change size, but from the knees up, it was like flat out. What the fuck happened? I couldn't fit my pants no more. It was crazy. And then next thing you know, my pants were stretchy pants. And even that, I can't even talk about it. Let's see. There's no reason you can't be a pro if you put enough effort and dedication into whatever it is you have passion for. There's no reason that you can't be a pro in whatever it is you're doing. I mean, take a look at me. I've never taken a course or trained for any spiritual stuff, but this is my passion. This is a part of my purpose. And, wherever I'm at right now, whatever level I'm at, this is not the highest level I'm going to reach. And I'm not saying that out of ego. I'm saying that out of knowing, that I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep becoming more and more powerful. I'm going to allow myself to access more and more of my abilities. And really, the only thing that's keeping me from accessing quite a bit of the abilities that are active is my disbelief in myself. So the process that I'm in right now, it's not about trying to figure out or earn a higher level of being. It's about me allowing myself to accept that I'm already there. Yeah, let me show you. Shit. Oh, he's not busy. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Do 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 do. Okay, I don't have it. I don't have it saved. I don't have it saved. Sorry, I got nothing to show you. Hold on. Would you guys like me? I can't watch MMA. Um, yeah, I can't watch MMA. It's too much for me. It's too violent and just it makes me wanna vomit. I did I don't know what it is. It just makes me feel so sick. Does anyone else feel that way? And it's not to take away from, the industry that, one of my siblings is really, really gifted in. I just don't like it. Good night, Bo. You can't watch it either, Lisa? Um Yeah, yes, Queen of Hearts. If you are really, really passionate about it, if it's something that you have no problem doing for free, something that really makes you feel alive, it's kind of just a bonus to get compensated. Really, it's just a bonus to get compensated. That's nice. um, Would you guys like me to come live in a little bit with, um, well, first let me, okay. Would you guys like to join me as I talk with Unified Astrology about astrology stuff? Oh, Lisa, yeah, those hurt me too. The dog commercials. Oh my gosh, Dateline. Ooh. Okay, hold on, guys. Give me give me like 20 to 30 minutes. um whoa, what? What training? Okay. I'm going to end this live. I'm going to start a new live with Unified Astrology. I will be back. Wait for me, maybe about 10, 15 minutes. Okay, guys? I'll see you soon. Bye.